Good evening, everybody. This evening I'm having a small libation. I've just done my radio show on the internet, and on Monday night it's traditional for me to make a review. When I did my... Hang on, I'm drinking. Yummy. When I did my first ever video, I did a little My Collection video, and I named my best Transformer, which I have already reviewed, which was Leader Class Brawl. It was on my old camera, and I wish I'd had this one to do it, because the detail would have been lots better, but I didn't have it. So now I'm doing my worst Transformer. My worst Transformer is, and this is by, I cannot tell you quite how much I absolutely detest this absolute travesty, Transformers Crossovers Slave 1. I can't get excited about it. It's a load of old pony. So let's have a little look. Hang on, I'll turn this big light away a bit because it's a bit bright. So we've got Slave 1. Now I'll be honest, it's quite a good Slave 1. It's quite sort of Star Wars accurate, but it is hellishly given away to having a mercilessly bad robot form to have the quality of the actual Slave 1 ship good. So you can see underneath. And there's no, look, you can't see robot kibble. I mean, the only bit of robot kibble that you can possibly see is if I come in close, look, fisties. But even then, unless you knew it was going to turn into a really lousy robot, you wouldn't really sort of pick it out. Absolutely horrible, absolute travesty, piece of crap, don't like it. So let's get on with some transforming. First of all, take the front guns off, because the front guns are later on going to become fisty guns. Now the first thing I've got to say is every time you pick this up, look, it rattles around like a bloody box of Lego. It's awful. So let's see if I can remember how to do this. You flip that up, flip them in. They're going to become the back of the backpack thingy. Okay. You take this bottom piece, and you lift that, get that out of the way. That's his backpack, which is quite an accurate Boba Fett backpack. Look. So flip that back like that, and then these bits are they're separate. So you've got to flip them aside from each other, and do that one more time. And that's going to become his back somehow. This here, you see how wobbly that is? Unsatisfactory. It's pretty rubbish. But sliding legs, it's not really a saving grace, because they're just toilet. Unclip them and pull them apart. Okay. Next, we're going to spin them around so the back becomes the front. Now, the first thing that happens is, these are his hips. So that's his crutch plate, okay? And there are his hips. But look at the shape of them. Look at it from the side. What a load of old toilet. Bend at the knee a little bit, but not much. And you can see how floppy they are. It's just rubbish. So when we want to stand him up, we can't. So, pull the feeties down. 1 feety, 2 feety. So that's how he's going to stand, like that. But you can see we'll cover that in a minute. The green bits at the sides here are shoulder plates. So you take the shoulder plates and push the shoulder plates up, like that. Okay. Then you get the plastic bit at the front. Pull the plastic down. There's a little hinge plate in here which covers up some of the robot gubbins. So we cover that. Lift this back plate here, like so, to reveal the Boba Fett head. Now, I would say, I'm going to pan up for this bit, hang on, there we go. What a good Boba Fett head. I mean, what a seriously good head sculpt. Really superb. That goes up and down, it hides away inside so you can get rid of it later on. And then you flip that back, that hits in the little hole in there, and that supports it. So it's all, let me do it properly. So that's all fairly substantial. But then you put that back and there's no front. He's just got a massive, great big beer gut. That's my job, not his. Now this back panel, you can see that's making a bit more sense because it just sort of gets all the rubbish out of the way. And then this folds down underneath like that. It's just a load of old toilet, isn't it? Right, onwards and upwards. So you pull the legs apart. See, that's on a ball joint in there. And I've never really popped them out. They're on a quite a substantial ball joint. But to make him stand up in a minute, it's just going to be a joke. Armies, they're all folded away inside themselves. See? So you pull that. Let's do it so you can see. You pull that out. It's on a spring there, look. So you pull that out, straighten that, and then take his fisty at the end and straighten the fisty. Do the same for the other side. Pull that out, straighten the fisty. Okay. Now these then flap down, and then you turn these, which is why they're on springs, forwards. But when you pull them forwards, look at that. Where is it? Look at that. It's all visible. So his elbow joint is just a bloody great big hole with a spike inside it. Again, more unsatisfactory engineering. And when you consider what some of the current Star Wars stuff's like, this is an absolute joke. And I think we're pretty much done. Now we've got to try and make him stand up. Are we going to do it? Are you 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 going to do it? You don't want to do it. You don't want to stand up. There. So let's come. See if we can. There we go. Right. So he stood up. But I'm not happy. I mean, look at it. Let's do a little tour, shall we? Knees, feet. That's not too bad. Knees, wibbly wobbly, wibbly wobbly. No cohesion. Nothing. Hips are on ball joints, but as you can see, because of the shape of the mould, there's very little articulation on them because they're just hitting everything else, which is pretty cack. Shoulders are just stuck. They're just stuck there. Look at that big hole down there. I mean, it's not a shoulder pad. It's bloody out of Dynasty from back in the day, isn't it? Massive shoulder pads, and they don't do anything. To the side. Again, just look, I can see all the way through you. Not very good. This bit, to be honest with you, I've had it ages and I've just left it in Slave 1 mode because it's quite a good Slave 1, but this looks just a load of old pony. Quite a good backpack. I think it came with a weapon that went in there. Yeah, it must have, because it's got a button to press the... But I've moved house lots of times and I've lost it, so, you know... Bad Transformers fan, but whatever. So, I mean, that's a tour around him. If I were to give you any advice about this figure, it would be to make a bonfire in one of those big oil barrels out the back of your house. Let it get really, really hot, and throw him in there and take film of him melting, because I think that would be the best way that you could possibly have fun with this action figure. That's actually the best thing I can say about it. It's just rubbish and disappointing, and cost me about 15 quid. I mean, he's quite big in robot, he's quite tall. In Slave 1 mode, he's still really sort of deluxe-y. That's enough of that. Oh, I forgot to say that the guns that come on the front, he's got holes in his handies, and the guns can go in his fisty pups. Oh, let's do it. Can't do it on camera, Dave. They are so, and they don't go in very well either. So, Transformers crossovers, Slave 1, Boba Fett. I'd love to love it because I love Star Wars. I'd love to love it because I love Transformers. But I think as a Star Wars toy, it's letting the side down. I think as a Transformer, it is a Transformer in that it is one thing and it is another thing. But it's neither of them particularly well. Die! Die! SMS number 1. I'm sure I'll make another one next Monday night. I got the week off, so I'm probably going to make an awful lot more than that. Go out and do more stuff. Go out, smell the fresh air. Go on. One little thing I'd like to feel. Ooh. Oh, I broke it. One little thing I'd like to fit in very quickly, because I've only got a few seconds left, is after the video finished I realised that you flap that, you take that, you pop that, see it's on a hingey, you flap that inside, like so, and then push that, and now you've just hidden that great big back thing. So now he's got his backpack, but then he's still got a ginormous arse sticking out of the back. And just for good measure, die. SMS number 1. Oh, sod off.